and played on a soggy 9-hole track. Hadn't been mown in weeks. High school kids were going off on the first tee when I got there. My course is currently undergoing aeration. Also a lot of tree work. Looks great. I've been sick. I've been playing sick. They say beware the sick golfer. Well, I probably shot the best score out there that day. The kids were coming off saying, I shot a 43, all that. I don't even know what the par is. There's no par 5s. Let's see. 7, 11, 15, 18, 22, 26, 30, 34. It's a 34. I shot a 40. It was good. I got a birdie. I got a bunch of bars. I got a double on a hole when I hit a pine tree. But I was trying to go over the pine tree, and I teed the ball a little low because I didn't want the wind to get it. I was footing too close with it. Every one of my shot shapes was perfect. I didn't hit one bad shot. Like, there was no duff in it. I was reading greens. I changed my putting stroke. Well, I changed my putting grip by a finger. I like it. Some of the putts were going bump, 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 bump. They were still on the lip. I had so many knee knockers. I had this great par on the hardest hole in the course. I hit my 7-iron. I wanted to hit 3/4. But yeah. Huh. I thought I already did all this stuff. Oh well. I guess I'm flying through the tournaments now. Guess I'll just try to catch up. Masters week. Pretty excited. It's one of my favorite weeks in sports. Sometimes it aligns with March Madness. Not this time. I worked for a 50-mile marathon the other day. I didn't run it. Those ultra runners, they got me sick. Those healthy anti-vaxxers. Pretty sure I got a mild form of COVID for like the 4th time this year. Oh, God. Alright, score 100 points. Let's see if I can use my newfound driver knowledge here. I have no newfound driver knowledge. Alright. Go, little ball. That's pretty straight. With a 16-mile-per-hour wind. Ah, come on. The wind doesn't seem to be affecting me. Yeah, I changed my swing a little bit. Oh, it's too long. I was thinking about it today. I'm a little bit like Zaraki Kenpachi from Bleach. I was only using one hand, which is powerful, but not as powerful as two hands. 6 of 10. Nice. Oh, okay. Lucky bounce. Lucky bounce. Oh. Another lucky bounce. Nice. Alright, just any points would be good here. No. Oh, now the wind's at my back. Nice. Oh. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't just Patty that really helped me. If you believe it or not, I got a tremendous sense of confirmation by watching Paige Spiranak instructionals. Spiranak. I always called her Spiranak. Doesn't flow like Spiranak. Surprised your investment banker hasn't put his name on the end of that. I guess when you're famous like her, when you're just a famous personality, you just keep your name so people, it's like a brand or whatever. And then there's another golfer I got confirmation from. And it was something that I had watched previously and I had worked on and then I had abandoned. Now I got back to it, then I abandoned it again, then I tried to combine it with something else, and then I realized I couldn't draw the ball, I was only fading it. Before that, I couldn't fade it, so I changed my grip. So I'm back with it. And it's great. It's the best I've ever swung in my life. First tee, it was my third hole, but the first tee box, I went right for the green at 315. Soggy fairways. Fairways were like rough. Hit it at about 280 on the fly. I hit a lob wedge over a tree branch from about 30 yards, a little flop shot. I swear the practice sessions are different. Like they have like a different difficulty. Super flop. Very delicate putt here. Wow, it broke way left. Oh, God. I thought I was feeling better. Ugh. So I just failed the challenge? No, I'm still in it. It's a great green. It's just like Texas. Valero. I just played. Oh, come on. What's the guy got to do to hit a draw around here? These greens are great. No, we didn't give it enough. I gave it just enough. It wasn't the right amount of break. Oh, man. All right. Well, 2 over. Oh, golly. Not easy. I'm just playing so bad. Alright, I got a shot. Did he give it enough? Yeah, makes up for it. Alright, gotta play the last hole tough here. This is like make the cut kind of a situation. Oh, it's a good drive. Alright. It's a little uphill. A little 8-iron from 170. Which is probably not what I would normally hit here. More like it, especially with these green conditions. It's like the best shot I've ever hit in this game. Should probably read it. I normally read it like this. And I'll go over here. Read it like that. Doesn't really look like it from here, so maybe I lined up incorrectly. And then just past the hole. Nice. That's pretty good. It's getting better. The player's getting better. He needs more money, though. I mean, we have a lot in common. I woke up this morning, I walked outside, and I was like, ah, yes. My shoebox-sized shotgun cabin cottage. I'm just glad I have storage for my like 70 golf clubs. I was thinking today, if I tried to trade in all the golf clubs I own, I could probably get a new set of irons. Oh, man. I got a practically new set of irons. My 7 irons messed up because I hit a rock at Chambers Bay. And I was playing with it, and it's a really nice club still, so I'm not actually worried about it. Alright, let's see if I can upgrade anything. My player's still at like 79, but I'm pretty sure if I change this stuff, it doesn't actually affect him. I'd like a better punch skill. Be nice. Make things easy. Oh, not enough. Alright. Let's see if that improved it at all. Nope. That's okay. Jack of all trades, this man. All he wants is the tie spinner. Alright, we're going to do interactives for the first 3 rounds. And then go into Sunday. 4 round. The Riviera experience. Even though it was played at Torrey Pines this year.
Get set for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour.
Kind of the whole entire Pacific Palisades is on fire, you know, so.
It's the first round of the Genesis Invitational. It looks like a great day out there. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey.
When I thought my apartment was going to burn down.
John McCarthy on the course
and my assistant pro wouldn't let me leave.
Rich, what an iconic spot here at Riviera Country Club. What makes this place so
he ended up going to security and talking to them, and they're like, "Let him leave. What are you doing?" So I went and packed up everything I owned in my apartment into my car, my TV. I had the thing bare bones. It was amazing that I could fit everything I owned except for like kitchen stuff and some furniture. I fit it all in my car. Everything valuable, TV, all my personal items. The important stuff like my computer and my PlayStation. Anyway, I had all my pictures and everything. It was just stacked up in my little Civic.
On the 15th.
And the governor declared an emergency because of the fire. There were 60 mile per hour Santa Ana winds. And luckily, they ended up reversing on themselves and they were able to fight the fire. So it didn't spread to the rest of the counties, surrounding counties. It was a pretty good fire. It burned a whole entire golf course.
Of all the golf shots I've seen, that was one of them.
Here's Lydia Ko.
Henny, what type of challenge does the player face?
This is just textbook. It's sitting pretty in the sand.
Got a little shape out of it.
Drifting in there with a little bit of fade on it. Lovely.
Man, that was unlucky. Just getting into the first cut.
That's going to be delicate. Alright, this is angle of attack. want it to be steeper here. I want to hit lower on the ball. I think that's probably what I would do in real life. And it's a pitch. I want to chip it. There we go. Oh, nice. It didn't change anything. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Just broke
He
the wrong
needs
way.
this one to save par. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
Curling ever so gently right to left here.
And then when I got a ride from one of the valet guys
Talk about
over to
limiting
my
the
car
damage. What a clutch putt.
on my way to my
Off the
place.
tee, wasn't able to find the green, but saves the par with that putt.
And he said,
Here's a
"See you
quick look at
tomorrow."
the leaderboard,
And I said,
he has a one-shot lead.
"No, I'm never coming back to this place again." After everything that assistant pro had put me through. My coworkers were stealing from me. It was bad. Worked for the place for 5 years and they didn't empower me one bit, and they just took everything I did and acquired it for themselves and then took it as their own personal thing and took all the credit and glory. Meanwhile, just left me in that horrible earthquake trap of a car barn.
This one's left of the green.
Let's go down to John on the course for an update.
Hey guys, we are checking in with Tiger Woods as he gets set for his next shot here on the 18th.
We're back. Time to have more live play. Okay, green side, a chance to get up
What's
and
crazy
down.
is that if I didn't, I mean, it was the only way I was entering the PGA program is if I became an assistant pro there. But they didn't consider me one time. And then what I really wanted to do was teach, so I ended up teaching at junior programs around the area.
Let's see if the player can make this putt for
I
par.
was losing money at the time trying to teach at those programs because I was taking hours off of. I was leaving an hour early from my job at the course every day so I could teach juniors. I was making like a third of the money.
No change atop the leaderboard after that hole.
As we head back up the hill towards the clubhouse, we're faced with the par 5.
But if I had been an assistant, I still would have been in the most dangerous position ever because they decided to put a gym full of heavyweight equipment above the pro shop. So if that roof had ever collapsed for whatever reason, it was coming right on top of those pros.
Straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your
I
third
gave it
shot
way
spot
too
on.
much on the
If you get it
follow-through.
wrong, however, you could have some
Got
issues.
lucky.
Well, doesn't take a genius to know that this is not a good place to be.
He's going to need an incredible stroke of luck to get this out with any momentum going forward to get it on the green. That's a swing only a mother could love there, Luke.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
This is looking around 115 yards out.
Alright, that looks good. Probably gonna cook it too much. Yeah, I didn't.
This one's right of the green.
Turned out
And this
alright.
from the greenside rough.
What's going to happen here?
Just a 4-footer remaining.
Wow.
This is for par.
Nice.
And it's a one-stroke par four for our leader over the field.
None of the members ever really
The
thanked
closing
me
hole is a par 4.
for
Tee shot up
saving
hill,
the
fairway
lives of
tilts
countless people
significantly
from runaway
left to
golf
right.
carts.
Missing it out to the right is a massive no-no. You'll be blocked
That was
out
one
by
of the
a
best
bunch of
contributions I
eucalyptus trees
had.
that you cannot hit it through. Second shot is to a green that actually tilts away from the players, not towards them, even though the second shot is uphill. Green is historically one of the firmest on the golf course, and getting it close
the
is
logistics
nearly
of
impossible.
what we had to do
It is a heck
was
of a
pretty
finishing
interesting.
hole.
We had a cart barn that was very far away from a staging area, so we had to move massive amount of carts every day for tournament play and member play and whatnot. I forget, we had like 100, 160 or something. 2 courses. And there was, the way it was there's these tows. So it was like you were, a tow truck or whatever.
Okay, nothing spectacular, but safe. Okay, Henny, what can you tell us about this putt?
And
This is a
they were
12-footer
breaking
here.
off the tows and careening downhill without brakes because they had to be in tow mode, so there's no gear or anything.
And a birdie to finish on the tee.
It was pretty solid. And
folks, at the end of
the
this first
assistants and
round,
our
he's gonna find
managers and
himself in
directors,
first place. Not bad.
they were all
Finish.
blaming
Always nice to see your name
the
on
cart
top of the
guys
leaderboard. Just a slim lead,
for
however,
user
for this
error,
player.
and we were like, no, we know what we're
It's
doing.
been a great day. We thank you for joining
It's not
us.
our fault.
For
We
Rich
check
Beat,
it, we double check it, we make sure it's secure, we drive safe, we drive slow. They still come off, and they careen down the hill into the driving range. They were, taking out nets, and there'd be pedestrians and kids, and they'd have to run out of the way. And I was just like, this is too dangerous. And they're like, well, it's your fault. And so, we talked to HR and everything, but they didn't do anything. And then we had to end up. I personally contacted Club Cart, I believe was who was in charge of it all. And they had a technician, and he was like, yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Let me take a look. And it was an error on their part, and they ended up replacing and working on those tow bars and hitches. They replaced 160 of them or whatever. And it never happened again. They came out with this locking mechanism. It was amazing. But yeah, nobody ever thanked me for that. It was really interesting. They just kind of pushed it under the rug. And I wonder, I've seen the assistant pro in a commercial for the golf course recently. So I know he's still working there. At least I thought it was him. It looked like him. And brief clips of people enjoying themselves on the golf course. Alright, one more and then I'll just do a sim and then play the last one. I just pushed it under the rug, gave me no credit.
The PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic
I've detailed what happened before in our match play. He sabotaged it, had me work 13 days in a row. He took a 3-day weekend. They stole my golf shoes. I should have just, at the first tee, there was a member there getting the betting odds. And I was like, I'm feeling great. But I turned to the pro, I was like, look at this. I pointed at my shoes so that my opponent didn't see it. And they were like, he was like, whoa. Like, you gonna be okay? And I was like, I don't know. I've never played like this before. And the grass was dewy, and I was just slipping everywhere. And it was awful. I made a birdie on like the third hole or something, and took a hole way back. And yeah, it was tough. It was embarrassing, actually.
Let's get you caught up on the action on number 15.
I was so tired. Been lifting golf bags all day for 2 tournaments. And I had to go play 18 holes. And I was just like, nope, not gonna happen. So I'm kind of glad it ended as early as it did. I can't remember if I conceded or what. I quit after like 6.
Not a bad result right there. Let's see what the featured player can do from about 160 out.
Puff of wind blowing right to left.
It's probably in the bunker.
This is a
Doesn't look
9-iron
too
on the
bad.
way.
Oh, just leaking ever so slightly. Awesome.
That is nice and tight.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Time now to go down to the course, and John
Yeah.
has an update.
Oh, there was
Down
so
here
much.
checking out
They
Max Homa as
they
he
made
gets
us work
set
during
for
our
his
lunch
next shot here
breaks.
on
I
the 14th.
contacted the local labor unions, and we were going through
This is
negotiations.
on
They
a
had
Ah,
they had to
what
deal
shot
with
from the
us
bunker.
So let's take
because
a
I had
look
such
at
a
the updated
weak
leaderboard.
union rep before I was even part of the place, where we didn't get the same recognition as people like house
We're on the
cleaners,
tee
and
at 16.
we were getting like less hours allotted for sick pay and all kinds of stuff that was just awful. And they ended up agreeing to our terms, but I left before it actually got actualized. Yeah, we just got screwed over every chance they could. One time we had black mold growing. Had to deal with that. One time I got an infection so bad
Going with 8-iron.
on my finger from a piece of metal where all the employees would eat their lunches, but they would never clean. I had to burn it
Pay off here.
before it killed me one
Now
day.
this putt
I was in
for
so much
birdie.
pain. My thumb was, you could see it going up my veins. It was awful. I think what I did was I got a pair of tweezers and I got a lighter and I cauterized it and popped it and put an antiseptic all on it. Oh.
That one just rolls
The
by.
black mold story is interesting.
4 feet remains.
The where they store the beverage carts, there was a band that put carpet on the walls and on
Just an empty
on the floor.
feeling when you hit an approach shot like that,
And they
Rich,
never
but
came back to
still
pick
come
it up.
away with a par.
so the beverage
Take a look
carts
at
just
media coach, shall
kept
we?
putting their beverage carts back there, and we didn't think anything of
Oh,
it.
that was picked cleanly.
But what they were doing was they were draining the ice chests of water on the carpets. And after like a month of this, it wasn't draining. There wasn't even drains back there really for it to go down. And if it was a slipping, tripping hazard. Anyway, and the black mold started to grow up the sides and onto the ceiling.
Even in the rough left.
And we were like, I complained about it, but they did nothing about it. So we had some downtime one day and just sprayed everywhere with bleach. Oh, they were so angry. Oh my God, it smelled like bleach everywhere. I was like, dude, we've been sick for like a month here. Like, we've been coughing, we have no idea what's going on, and we all have a mold problem. Everyone was sick. I went on an entirely green diet to get it out of my system.
Number 2 here today. Oh no, is that heading towards the bunker? He's standing over his third shot.
Breeze straight into
And
him.
no sugar.
Okay, it's out of the bunker. He'll be all right with that, but still some work to do on the green here. Setting up miles
Finally,
from the
we
hole.
started to recover. My other coworker
down
just
there. You
quit
got a read?
when he
From the
was
get-go, this
sick,
is a
and I
big
started to
left
tell
to
him
right
about the black
breaker.
mold. And he got a job at like Holiday Inn or something, and his health got better immediately. And then when I got the really bad infection, I bleached and scrubbed
He's gonna like the look of
the
this
bag
one.
rack that
Another
everyone
inside
used as a lunch
circumference.
table. And it was just covered in
Chance here, this
food
one's for
and
par.
disease and just smelled like death. And I just bleached it and scrubbed it. And they got so upset because like everything smelled like bleach again. So funny. I looked up one of the guys that used to yell at me all the time. He ruined a piece of art I made one time. And he was like, art has no place in the workplace. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Just threw it away. And anyway, I looked him up on handicapping, and he doesn't even have a handicap anymore. He's not even part of the system. He's a pretty good golfer. I was really surprised he's not playing the game anymore. The other guy, who's a former California state champion, I believe, and he's a +2 right now, so that was really cool to see.
And this one will be for bogey. He'll like the look at where he's standing on this leaderboard.
Now to 18, the par 4.
Tee shot up the hill. Fairway tilts significantly from left to right. Missing it out to the right is a massive no-no. You'll be blocked out by a bunch of eucalyptus trees that you cannot hit it through. Second shot is to a green that actually tilts away from the players, not
I looked up a
towards
bunch
them,
of the
even
old
though the
members.
second shot is uphill. Green is historically
One of them's
the
a
firmest on the golf
state
course, and
amateur
getting it close
champion.
is nearly impossible.
And her
It
husband
is
and-
a heck of a finishing hole.
He's like a 3. She's like a 1. I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to look up a former LPGA pro that I had a crush on, but she never even knew my name. Yeah, she did not like me. I should have looked her up. She was amazing though. I used to watch her play all the time. All I wanted to do was play with her. She never would play with me. There's another cool person. She went to college playing golf. We used to play rounds together. I never looked her up.
This is a 5-iron. Coming out of the deep rough.
Not quite going to be as easy to birdie this one today as it was yesterday.
She was so upset at me one time. She couldn't get out of the bunker, and I was like, you see how I just got out of that bunker? I don't think she ever talked to me again. Oh, God.
Gonna really have to hit this one. Henny, how tricky is this one?
I've got it going left to right.
Three feet to the cup.
It's a short putt, but it will move to the left.
18 holes in the books.
Birdie, 2 bogeys. Seems about right. Be nice if it varied up the holes
Halfway
you
through,
play.
and they are in first place entering the weekend.
It's been absolutely flawless so far. I cannot wait to see what this player produces tomorrow.
That will do it for our broadcast day. For all of us at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you next time.
Oh, man. Nice. Alright, 4 round now. What else is going on? Corpse is getting punched. I think I'm gonna go up and play today. Oh, if I put on shorts, I'd just be caked in mud. Oh, I got VC. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Call of Duty advertised to me. I'm thinking Viet Cong. Anyway, Call of Duty advertised to me today, and they brought back Verdansk, and I was like, guys, you banned me for no reason, and then wouldn't rectify it on my account where I've spent hundreds of dollars, if not thousands over my life on your stupid games. And my life is it is so good without Call of Duty in it. It's amazing. I don't have to play for like an hour and just be like, okay, I'm saying hi to my friends, I'm putting in some work, I'm making people's lives better by being the friendliest guy online ever. The problem is that when I would go on for an hour, I would win like 3 times. So they labeled me as a cheater.
Let's go out to the first hole. As of now, it doesn't look like
Zero
anyone
cheating.
will catch him in this final round. Let's pick up the action.
I used to actually work for the company. I included it in my customer service emails. I was like, I used to work for you guys. Like, and then I did some research. Oh no. And one of the ways that like streamers were getting their accounts reinstated they knew people in the industry, so they would talk to like, developers, and the developers would get their accounts reinstated.
Now from the green side bunker.
I was like, how many developers do I need to talk to? But the sad thing is, it was probably a developer. I wrote over like 3,000 bugs when I was working there, and I got a release postponed by 2 weeks because there was a critical failure, and I was the only one that found it. And all I was doing was our testing procedure. Props to Peter. He's the one that designed it, and I was just following it, putting in the work, being perfect like I was trying to be in my golf game, and I found a black hole in the game that ruined your save data. And if you fell through the black hole, it corrupted you infinitely, and you couldn't progress in the game anymore, and it ruined all of your save data.
Can get caught out here. It's a short putt, but it's moving to the right fast.
The putt goes
So
in, and it's a par.
they ended up getting the game out on time, but they had to ship it out 2 weeks late, and so like there was this huge crunch. And after that, they invited me into the upper leagues, and they treated me like crap. It was so bad. And I know those guys did more than just testing for bugs. One was a professional sculptor. Another one was professional sound design. Another one was a professional musician. Another one was professional fighting game player. Another one was former military. It's just like, and when we got to test Modern Warfare 2, there was no testing. I swear I found the javelin bug, and nobody wanted to look for it. I found a bug in Guitar Hero one time. Nobody wanted to look for it. They just wanted to play the games. And the reason why they wanted to just play the games was because they were doing work outside of it.
This would be a momentum saver.
And that was their time every day when they were supposed to be testing to just play, which I thought was really interesting. But they still wrote up bugs. They found bugs. They wrote them up. But they would not help me. And so when we had to pay like 10, 20 grand for testing and redevelopment or whatever,
her swing, I think, is
it
probably
was
the
reflecting
best in the game,
poorly on
both
us.
men's and
But
women's. The way that she swings
they already had
each and
tenure.
every time,
So what they
it's
did was
dynamic,
they
it's
just
strong, but it's also
fired
got
those
this
that were
finesse
below
to it.
them.
She's the complete
And
player
what they
all
did
around
was
when
they
it comes to
also
ball
had
striking.
temporary employees. So they used this platform called Volt, which was owned by a board member.
The club choice
So
is a
that
6-iron.
they were padding the board
That's a
member's
missed green.
wallet, and they were
Here's
also
the third
subverting
shot.
labor laws. So, whatever. I've talked about it so much. That's probably why they talked about it on forums and everything before, too. It's well known, public knowledge. There's articles about it and everything. It's no secret.
On the green,
Yeah, they
but some
don't
work
like
to
you
do.
talking about it, so I'm sure it was a
what do you see
developer
in
that was
this
just like, I
putt?
hate this
It's a little
guy.
tricky to see. It's not
They
a
gave
straight
me
putt.
such
There
hell
is
trying to
a
get
bit
my
of
account
right-hand
back.
movement at the end.
From long range here, looking to get it close.
Oh, I like the looks of this. And just a short one left for Bogue. And after that hole, our featured player is in first place. Now to the tee of the par 4 third hole. At night, sometimes you have a nightmare. That is a nightmare.
I didn't even contact anybody. Like, what am I going to do? Make my Facebook account active again and go back? What am I going to do? Go on LinkedIn, contact them all? Like, I have their personal emails. Just like, hey, I know I haven't talked to you in like a decade, but could you get my Call of Duty account reinstated? Thanks.
Ooh,
Bunker.
I think this one's coming up short.
I forgot about rough.
Let's see what happens out of this
It's one thing
bunker.
that just ruined my rounds the other week. I went from rough to short of green. 50% of my approach shots were short. 20% of my drives were in the fairway. And that was what the round came down to.
Our featured player continues to look good out there, currently in first place. Now, here's a look at the par 3 fourth.
This is a
Rough's no
spectacular
joke
par
out
three.
here, especially in the
Ideally,
winter.
players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
That's no. No.
Well, a big par save could mean a lot going forward. All right, Henny is with this group. Henny, what do you see?
We're 15 feet out. He's been staring this one down.
And the par putt just slides by. And
Yeah,
just to
they
finish up the bogey.
getting back on track here. I don't know why I didn't deviate from that. When I was contacting, like, it was because I started talking about union stuff.
Once he got in strong here.
I contacted lawyers because they were making us work during our break and they were refusing to pay. And then all of a sudden we get like a grand here, a grand there. It was just showing up out of nowhere. And so they were giving us like little spot payments to pay up for the times they made us work during our breaks. But for one of the guys on staff, it added up to like $60,000 in lost wages.
The fairway does run out about
It's
310
insane.
yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from
he had
them.
way too
front
much
to
invested.
back.
If he tried
A
to,
simple-looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
if he tried to go after that money, he'd never get close to it.
Filled with confidence these days, isn't
And
he?
then
it
he'd
just
lose
seems
like
he's
all
gonna
of
keep
his
adding title
the
after
perks
title
of
for his
working
original.
where he worked.
Yeah, what can you say
and-
more about Max? I mean, his game has just continued to evolve year in and year out. And it just
There's no
seems like
telling
with
what
every
kind of
step that he
repercussions
takes,
there'd be as
it's
far as
gargantuan for his confidence
the way
because
membership would
he's just
react or the way the
thoroughbred
management
winner.
would react. He'd no
Eddie,
longer
take us through the
be
break on this
respected as
putt.
much.
This putt goes downhill and breaks to the right.
Oh, that's well judged. He had the right speed there. Easy two putt.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Currently 15 under par for the event.
They used to not let us wear warm clothing. It was
Six
like,
is a par three.
so they ended up buying us beanies. They bought us jackets. Like, I would wear a scarf. They're like, you can't wear a scarf. I'm like, I'm dying here. There's black mold. We're coughing. It's like the wind chill with the carts is like 10 degrees. they're like there's literally a frost delay, and they're like, you can't wear a scarf. You can't wear gloves. What are you doing? My hands would be cracked and bleeding from the cold and having to be wet all the time from scrubbing people's clubs down. God.
Going with the 7. A putt here to move to 16 under par.
It's looking alright. Oh, too much.
Oh, a 9-foot chance here.
Not enough.
Just couldn't quite get it to drop. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Time to catch up with...
It's just funny. You go to HR and you'd be like,
Third shot now.
they won't let us wear gloves. My hands are like getting frostbitten. They'd be like, wear gloves. Who cares? I'm like, we care because then they try to get us in trouble for other things. So,
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
HR was such a joke. At least they tried to stand up for us. At least they paid us $1,000 here, $1,000 there for the work we did. And
Over to the
I remember one time I was sexually harassed by
Fairway marker
HR.
down the left-hand side comes
I'll
in
never
quicker
forget it.
than you can imagine.
I mean, she was
And so
alright
players
looking.
want
I'd just
to
broken
try
up with
and
my
get out
girlfriend.
towards the far
My
right
girlfriend and
part
I
of
just
it.
broken up, whatever.
Again, you push it a little bit, and
And,
now the
uh,
barranca comes into play.
Both of my
Find the
grandmothers had
fairway,
just
happy
died.
days. This
I was just
green
not
is
really.
probably
I just
one of the
wanted
most
to
severe
quit.
tilted from
And
back to
I
front.
was so fed up with
Players need to make sure
everything.
their
I was
second
in
shot's
HR
not
like
past
every
this
week
hole
for
in order
something
for it to come back
because there
down
was something
towards the
going
hole.
on
You
with
will
the
have a
assistants
downhill
or
putt, but it's better than coming up
whatever.
short.
So I'm in there, and so they just like I'm just like this like everyday occurrence kind of thing going in there for one reason or another. And she's all right looking. She wore too much makeup, and she was probably allergic to something, so she had the pock marks and everything. But she was nice. And one day they had like cheese out and like fruit and stuff, and they were all like nomming on it. And she looks at me like, she's like, they were like, oh, there's cheese over there. And she looks me dead in the eyes and she says, "The only kind of cheese I like is spreadable." I was like, it was kind of gross. It was just like, well, there's no spreadable cheese. And so she's just like, oh. So she didn't have any cheese.
Not much good that we can say about that shot. Henny, how difficult will this shot be?
The bunker has not been kind to him, Andrew. This is really nasty.
Not the best contact out of the bunker. And the mindset now is to get up and down from here.
Oh wow, that's really short.
Man, that was a good shot. Back-to-back bogeys, and our featured player is losing some momentum.
And making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
While we have a moment, let's
At least
take a
my
look at
game's
the
in a good
leaderboard.
place
Our
right
featured
now.
player in first, Brooke Henderson, is in
I was going through
second.
my LinkedIn the other day and I was looking at all my connections. It's kind of funny. Just how many people I know, where they're all at, and what they're doing.
That's a good one to build momentum on.
Remember right before I left, I forgot I even had it. I forgot I was even on that thing. I think the only time I ever went on was to see stuff from Richard Branson. He had some cool stuff. Yeah. He's the CEO of Virgin. And, yeah, I had written messages to people congratulating them on their endeavors and letting them know just how great I thought they were and that they totally deserved it. Kind of missed that a little bit. Oh.
That's a misfire there. This is his third. Currently with a 3-shot advantage.
Awful.
Oh, got a bad kick right.
Chip
Setting
it.
up with the green side rough. "12 feet to the cup." All right, John, which way is this putt gonna go?
This one's breaking.
That was actually,
left
I
to
was
right.
still listed as working there on my LinkedIn.
Man, that was close.
So, like, nobody ever thought that I was
Okay,
gone or
this putt
something.
for double bogey.
Just like, hey, whatever, I'm always still working there, you know?
Yikes, a double bogey
if
for
they
our
knew
leader.
all the jobs that I've done
And
since
after
then,
that hole,
I'm basically
our featured
doing,
player
like,
still atop the
I
leaderboard.
don't know, I've been injured
Now
and
teeing off on this
I got
par
assaulted and
Only
like
the
I've
hitters
just
are gonna
been
be able to carry
like
that
trying
fairway
to
bumping
bounce
down the
back
left-hand side.
for like
Most
10
players will
years.
try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is
And I'm
not
finally
a
kind of
bad
back and healthy
miss. From
again,
there,
even though
the
I'm
second
sick
shot
today.
is directly uphill. Deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that's a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
That's a pretty good shot right there.
I've just been like
Let's go down
doing
to
part-time
Henny.
You're
jobs.
going to need
and
one or two
I
clubs
was
more
like
because
community
this tree is
service
sitting
and
up.
like working with children, you know. There's nothing. There's like, if I put it on my LinkedIn, it's such a weird change. It just looks so strange. No one would ever get it. And no one ever hires me because of my resume. I'm so glad I have the job I do right now. Like, I don't understand this man. Why did he work here? He has a college degree. He's like good grades, and he was an award-winning athlete. It doesn't make any sense.
That will definitely work. 8 feet left to the cup. He's hoping this goes down for his first birdie of the day. Right on line, just misses. Here's a look at the action from earlier today at 13.
I don't think I'm going to change that.
Absolute beauty.
My LinkedIn is just going to be my LinkedIn. It's just going to be about golf. Until I get another golf job.
Let's take a moment to update everything on the course with a look at the leaderboard. Quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 2-shot advantage for our leader.
I think
Now
Band
to
and
the 10th hole,
Dunes
it's a par 4.
too
I
commercial
wonder
now
if he's
for
going to
me.
try and attack this hole. He could definitely extend the lead if he plays it right.
That would have been a cool play. That's where I was going to go right after I quit. Oh, dang. No.
Penny, this one is in the bunker. How bad is it?
Andrew, standing over it, and I don't even know how I would play this. This is such a tough, awful, nasty, any other adjective lie.
Needs this to drop to save par.
Yeah. No pressure.
As we head to the
We're
next
tied
hole,
for the lead
our
now.
featured player has a 2-shot
Yes. Considering there's some really great programs for aspiring teachers.
Almost a runway, if you like.
I've been an aspiring teacher for like 30 years now.
Frames this second shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
He has his eyes set
be
on
happy
one
being an
place
amateur
and
for
one
now.
place only.
That's all I
It's
wanna
the
do.
green.
And this player's really going after it here, Rich.
Using the big muscles to get it home in 2 there.
I taught a kid how to hit out of a bunker the other day.
Let's take a look at this incredible shot.
And he shot a 43 yesterday. I was so proud of him. And I was like, it must have been all the bunker practice. I saw him like what is this guy doing here? Like we're completely like it's like stalking him.
Trying to move to 13 deep here with this putt.
And then he's like, I was in a single bunker today, and I was like,
About 14
exactly.
feet from the cup.
He knows how tough it is to hit out of a bunker now, so he's never gonna be in a bunker again. No, he was actually great. The only bunker shot he had difficulty hitting was the downhill lie. I was like, you gotta start trying uphill first, or otherwise you can get so down on yourself. So he hit him, he was knocking him on the green, and it was amazing. I taught him how to hit a bunker like Sevi.
So close to the eagle. Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult.
Oh no,
This tee
out
shot
of bounds.
moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus
No
trees
way.
on the right-hand side
Oh, that's
prevents
cool.
you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Uh-oh, that's heading into the
I don't even
trees.
know where I am.
Setting up for his
Can I
first
see
shot.
myself from over here?
Currently leading by 3.
What if I hit a punch shot? Choke punch. Let's try it. A little bit left this time.
That's a wild one. Straight into the
Alright,
trees.
straight in here.
Oh, this is not a good outcome. Buried in the deep stuff.
Yes, this is like a big bowl of spinach salad.
Yeah.
It's just gnarly in there.
Going with the 6-iron here. A bogey putter waits. And he's down there. You got a read?
Okay, this part, I've got it starting out to the left, but it will come back at the end.
This looks pretty tiny, this.
Oh.
This one might go down. Just a short putt remaining here. And as we head to the next,
That's a
these
great
guys
double.
currently tied top of the leaderboard alongside Brooke Henderson. Chance here to reclaim a bit of focus after that double at the last.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. If there's a fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Oh no.
All you can do is hope now, because that was never going down the fairway. This would be a great up and down.
Yeah, that is tough. Oh no.
20 feet to the cup.
Let's read it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's put a pure stroke on that one.
Oh, I like the color commentary.
And with that, he's now broken the tie, all alone at the top of the leaderboard. Par 3, hole number 14.
It's a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2 hopping right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
He's talking about the time that he made a hole in one
Well,
on
he
this
tried to
hole.
fade it in there, but just didn't commit to it.
Doesn't mean anything. Completely different day, completely different pin position. Oh,
Didn't that look good for a long time? A par putter waits. And a quick glimpse at the leaderboard now. And this player holds the lead, with Brooke Henderson trailing in second place.
well, it's out there.
10 under for the event.
Might have a chance.
What a big turning point this could be, from maybe being in the sand to now on the green.
That's a series of fortunate events right there, avoiding that bunker with that fortuitous bounce. Now he's got this long putt to take the lead.
Oh, this looks good early. This is
No.
no chance.
No, cannot.
That putt drops, and now with just a few holes left, our featured player is at 10 under par.
With just a small sliver of a lead, this could go any different direction down the stretch.
Okay, it's a par 3.
club up. I like this play.
Oh no. Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
that one was just a little bit off. Here's the second at 16. So close. And now a critical putt on the line with a chance to save par. Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is tied for the lead. Let's check out the 17th. It's a par 5.
At all costs, do not hit it in that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. Anywhere to the left, even in the rough left, is just fine. From there, your next shot should be laid up out to the right-hand side. Third shot, straight back up the hill with some kind of wedge. It can be an easy birdie if you get the distance on your third shot spot on. If you get it wrong, however, you could have some issues.
10 under for the event.
These little members bounce to the right.
Now that is nowhere near the hole location, but at least the putter can come out of the bag. Henny, how tough will this putt be?
You know, it's tough to see, a tricky read, but it's uphill and a left to righter.
That's a pretty good effort.
Not a bad effort right there.
A lot better than it would have
Big
been.
breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
We've got a tie for first place on our leaderboard with our featured player and Brooke Henderson. Time for the tee shot on 18. He's tied for the lead.
Ooh, can we avoid the playoff? I'm not so sure.
Pretty good drive.
Second shot here at 18.
Pretty good second shot.
Not a green in regulation. That's a tough one. And if this chip drops, he'll win the event.
No.
Oh, that looked good. About 7 feet remain. There it is. We are going to a playoff.
Sweet.
All right, we play on, Rich. It's time for the playoff.
Cannot wait. Was not ready to go away yet. Loving the action.
We are ready for the playoff, and we've got lots of drama.
Giddy up. This is going to be fun.
That is going to work. Really no other option here but to put it
It's
close.
too bad
They have to assume their opponent is going to make the putt.
Try it. Ah, pushed it.
Just a little right of the green.
The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down.
Nope.
Here's the fourth shot. was so
Botched it.
close.
Let's do that.
Comes down to this. Have to have it in order to continue.
What? No way.
John, give us a read on this putt.
Looks like this one will move left.
I tried to make it because I thought I had to make it. She missed her putt. I don't know. She missed her other putt. The pressure's getting to us both. No.
Not enough behind that one. The win was within reach, but not to be on this day.
Nope, always a tough pill to swallow, losing in any way, but losing in a playoff.
They say tough pole to swallow. I don't think it's about a flag stick. Pretty sure it's supposed to be a pill.
For all of us at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you next time.
Sweet. The perfect boost. I should take a break. Should be an exciting week coming up. I guess Brian Harman switched putters last week, which helped him win. And then the Swedish lady won the match play. There's hardly any talk about it. It's very strange. It's fun to watch the first couple rounds. Alright, GG's. Upgrade my character here. Peace out. Might as well just do it on stream. Meh.